we're going to take a look at the difference between an 8th note slide and a quick slide, and then I'm going to show you a pattern, a check pattern that you can use to make sure your 8th note slide and your quick slide, they are separate things designed for different purposes. So let's take a look at the slide. We're going to go back to the slide episode that I did for Banjo Blitz, and we're going to just take a look at that same slide pattern. It's a slide on the 3rd string from frets 2 to 4, followed by a ditty on strings 1 and 5. So the review of this, make sure it's an 8th note pattern. I'm going to count it for you as I play. Here's a little review. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. 8th note pattern slide. 1 and 2 and. There are 2 pairs of 8th notes in that pattern. A quick slide is different, and I'll show you how I think of a quick slide. First, let me show you how it sounds. And I think of the quick slide as a quarter note and 2 8th note pattern. So, for example, I don't count the slide as part of my time. That's my quarter note pattern. And then the quick slide is more of a grace note that doesn't really happen in time. It's sort of just a little bit of flavor, a little textural element to get me to scoop myself into that 4th fret note on the 3rd string. So now that you understand and see the difference between those two, let's give you a pattern that you can use to fix your slides for good and make them sound nice and spaced out when you want them to be, or really just a grace note textural pattern when you want them to be. So here is our check pattern. We're going to play the 8th note slide pattern followed by a ditty, and then a quick slide pattern followed by a ditty. Nice and slow. All right, this is difficult, especially at higher tempos, as you are about to hear. So I'm going to play them to you, and we'll speed it up a little bit. Whew. All right, I'm going to try it a little faster. I don't know how it's going to go, though. Better stop there. Okay, really, really difficult. Of course, you're probably never going to play these techniques back to back like this. So this is a huge ask for your own technique ability. You're never going to do this. But if you can do it, and you can really understand the difference between that 8th note slide, that clear, crystal clear 2 pairs of 8th note pattern, compared with that quick slide, which is more of a grace note and textural element, I think clarifying those in your mind is going to help clarify them in your playing and give you a richer understanding of how to use and when to use these 2 techniques. So explore this in your own playing. I will see you next week with Banjo Blitz. Please leave comments and questions below. All right, have a good weekend and a good week.